Hey everybody, Christian Dawson here. I'm the campus pastor at Northwest University, and you're listening to 10-Minute Tips. Today we're talking about how do I manage my time? Have you ever felt like that, where you have so much going on as a student, so much to do, and you just can't seem to fit it all in? Some people have said college is basically the opportunity to have either good grades, a social life, and enough sleep, but you can only choose two of them. Ever felt like that? I know I have. So I want to take a few minutes and just talk about it. How do we manage our time? First of all, I want to say this. It's crazy to think that we have the most efficient time management devices available to us in all of human history, and they fit in our pockets. We have our phones. I have my iPhone and I have calendars and to-do lists and all these different things. Yet so many times I just wish that I have more time. That got me thinking about time management, and I want to propose or submit to you something that maybe time management is a myth. You can't manage time. You can't actually manage it. You can't control it. You can't harness it. You can't hold on to time. You can't really manage it. So instead, what we need to do is learn how to manage ourselves. We can't really manage time, so we have to learn how to manage ourselves. So here's a few tips, things I've learned, things that help me better manage myself. First of all, I kind of filter all of the decisions I have to make in terms of things I need to get done through three simple lenses or questions. Here they are. First of all, importance. Importance. Second of all, urgency. Urgency. Third of all, significance. Importance means how much does this matter? Urgency means how soon does this matter? And significance means how long will this matter? Essentially, when we're thinking about our decisions, when we need to make something happen, when we're working towards a project, towards a goal, towards an assignment, towards anything, I need to have these three different ideas a little bit separated in my mind. They often get kind of fuzzy, they get a little confusing, where they're all kind of just blended in and they just are one big thing. But the truth is, if I slow down enough, I can realize that they're not all the same. For example, how much does this matter? I might have a project that matters right away. It's due today. I have to get it done. But actually, it doesn't matter a lot. Or I might have something that matters a ton, but it's not actually due right away. So what do I need to do? You filter everything through those three lenses: importance, how much does it matter? Urgency, how soon does it matter? And significance, how long does it matter? I would recommend that you always choose important over urgent. One of the hard things about life today is that everything feels so urgent. I think that's probably why a lot of us feel anxious all the time, is because we have all these different things coming at us and they all seem to feel pretty urgent. They all feel urgent. They all feel like we need to make them happen right away, right now. If it doesn't happen in the next few minutes, it's going to fall apart. But the truth is, there's some things that actually aren't urgent, even if they're very important. If I do the important things now, I probably won't have as many urgent things to do later. So focus on what is most important. Someone once said, we achieve peace of mind when our priorities line up with our schedule. We achieve peace of mind when our priorities line up with our schedule. Essentially this, I'm saying we probably need just some tools to help us line up our priorities with the schedule. So I want to just name a few different tools that help me understand and use my energy and better manage myself. First of all, I have a to-do list. Second of all, I have a planner. And third of all, I have a calendar. This is how I differentiate between the three in my own life. A to-do list tells me what has to get done. A planner tells me when it has to get done by. And a calendar tells me how I will get it done. Again, a to-do list, what has to get done, a planner, when it has to get done by, and a calendar, how or when I will get it done. So for me, one tool that I have really liked using has been Wunderlist. It's a great app. I personally don't handwrite as many notes and things. I have friends who like the sticky note method. For me, that's hard to keep track of because I have sticky notes in my office and in my house and my car, and it's too much. I like Wunderlist, or Microsoft just updated to an app called Planner. To Do, Microsoft To Do. They just moved Wunderlist to Do, and I really like that, mainly because it syncs everywhere. So I have it on my phone, I have it on my calendar, I have it. It's on my phone, I have it on my iPad, I have it on my computer. And so everything I need to do is all in one place. That's a huge thing that I've learned for me in terms of managing myself, is to not have to remember everything anymore. All I need to do is just put everything in the same place. So for me, I put all of it in my list. So first of all, at the beginning of the semester, I list out all of the things I have to get done this semester, and I then put due dates on it. So my to-do list is all the things I have to get done, and then my planner, which both my Wunderlist functions as both, it tells me both what has to get done and when it has to get done by. And then the third step that most of us don't do is then I actually put those things in my calendar. And what I typically find is that I naturally put more things on my to-do list in my planner than I actually have time and space for in my calendar. And so when I put things in my calendar, as in, oh man, I put 4 assignments for homework in my calendar, yet actually all these assignments add up to 5 hours worth of homework, and I don't have 5 hours worth of homework today. What happens is I begin to get realistic on what I need to do and when I need to do it by. It helps me separate what's urgent, important, and significant, and then I actually have a plan of when and how to do it. What it really does for me, and I think is what it's helpful for all of us, is that it begins to free my mind up. And I think to best self-manage, what we actually need to do is give our minds space to not hold everything in there, but actually just use the resources and tools that we already have available to us. I once had a professor tell me something really interesting, and they said, our brains function better not as a hard drive or a hard drive basically trying to hold all the information in, where our brains don't function best as just a memory stick or basically a Dropbox, just holding a bunch of information, trying to store it. Actually says our brains best work when instead they're used more like a computer sorting out information. So I'm not using my time, I'm not using my brain trying to remember things. I have apps and things like that for that. What I'm actually doing with my brain is sorting out the information. I just go to my planner, I go to my list, and then what I do is I actually start to process those things. So again, kind of a recap, some ways you can help yourself self-manage. Differentiate between importance. How much does it matter? Urgency. How soon does it matter? Significance. How long will this matter? And then use different tools like a to-do list that tells me what has to get done, a planner, when it has to get done by, and a calendar that explains how or when I will actually get it done. Some general steps: start with the non-negotiable, write down each assignment and their due dates, and then break them down, how you're going to accomplish each assignment. And then as a last little tip of one thing I always do is I end each day with nothing on my list. So I always set a time when I'm done working. For me, because my work hours are 8 to 5, I'm done at 5 o'clock. And so at 4:45, right before 5 o'clock hits, I actually move things that I can't finish today to a different day, so that at the end of my day, I go to sleep with nothing left on my list. I think it would actually help a ton of us if we didn't have these huge looming assignments that went on indefinitely. But at the end of every day, there's nothing on your list. You go to sleep knowing you've managed yourself well, and tomorrow will be a new day to do the same. Again, this is 10-Minute Tips. Thanks for listening in. I hope this helps.